It's that time in the show where we check in on the crop markets with our agriculture economist, Dr. John Michael Riley. So John, Michael, the WASDE report came out recently and there was a little bit of a roller coaster, it seems.
Absolutely. You know, we talked last time and soybeans, a little bit of a surprise in that WASDE report, elevated that market. Corn kind of rallied as a result. Wheat picked up a little bit of that as well. After that report, we tended to fall back. I don't know if it's just a bit of that proverbial dead cat bounce. Instead of bouncing, it kind of fell. Also, there was a little bit of pressure from exports, but since then we've seen a little bit of improvement for corn, wheat, and soybeans, and some of that coming back to exports. It seems to be that there is a little bit of concern with what's going on globally. There's also some improvements in trade overall.
You mentioned globally, so what's affecting the global market at all?
So right now, you know, there's a couple of things at play. First is some tensions in the Black Sea region that has really helped elevate wheat prices over the past day or two. And also I think there's some apprehension about what's going to happen with this next administration coming in. And so some of it could very well be just some positioning prior to the new administration taking over, possibly some retaliatory type trade implications. So some of that's at play. It may not come to fruition, but I think the market is maybe just trying to get in front of that.
So shifting back to Oklahoma, we've had a lot of rain, and last week you mentioned that soybean producers were, getting stuck out there, would not be able to get any of the grain in the bin. So is that still kind of happening right now?
Not really. It's amazing what our producers can do. Obviously, technology playing a huge role in that. If we look at where we were at last week with soybean harvest here in the state, 59% of the crop harvested. This week we're up to 70%, so a lot of ground being covered. We're back on par where we've been for the past 5-year average. In Oklahoma, we're looking at wheat conditions. I think that was another concern. We've really improved in terms of overall wheat condition. Good to excellent in the state at 37%. That's an improvement of 16 percentage points from last week. Puts us still behind from where we're at a year ago, but definite improvements from where we've been. Very poor conditions, dropping. So wheat conditions looking really good. We've got 94% of the wheat crop is planted right now across the U.S. 90% here in Oklahoma, and 84% emerged in the U.S. 75% still behind schedule here in Oklahoma. Yes,
big change from last week. Yeah,
absolutely.
So with all this in mind, has your advice have changed to producers at all in regards to the economics of their productions? As even for the soybean producers who might have a little bit tough getting out in the field, now they're able to. What's your advice going forward?
Well, I think something to take into consideration is where basis is at. Basis is a little bit weaker for beans, corn, and wheat relative to where we are normally at this time of year. Mm-hmm. So possibly either holding that grain and hoping for a little bit better improvement in basis down the road if they can, given that we're moving into a new year soon. Tax implications, what does that mean? Yeah. But basis is certainly weaker from where we've typically been.
Alrighty, thanks John Michael. Dr. John Michael Riley, OSU agriculture economist here at Oklahoma State University.